its inexhaustible capacity for creation, and its unshakable confidence. We returned to Germany with a mission to build a society that could create rather than destroy, that could prosper through peace rather than war. The Germany that rose from the ashes was built on lessons learned in American prison camps. We who came as conquerors left as students to America from your former enemies, now your friends. Thank you for showing us the way. The auditorium erupted in a standing ovation. Americans and Germans together, former enemies united in recognition of a transformation that had seemed impossible when those first trains rolled into Texas in June 1943. The magnitude of the German POW experience in America can be measured in stark statistics that reveal both the scale of the operation and its remarkable success. There were over 500 camps across 45 states, everywhere except Nevada, North Dakota, and Vermont. Of these, 175 were main camps, with 325 branch camps, each built in an average of just 90 days. At their peak, these camps held 371,683 Germans, part of a total of 425,871 Axis POWs in the U.S. The flow of prisoners grew with the war, 20,000 arriving monthly in 1943, 30,000 after D-Day, and as many as 60,000 in the final months. They filled urgent labor shortages across 46 states, contributing 14 million man-days of farm work, processing 100 million board feet of lumber, and producing over $230 million worth of labor, a staggering sum in 1940s dollars. Escapes were exceedingly rare. Just 2,222 attempts across the entire system, with nearly all recaptured within 24 hours. Not a single American civilian was harmed. But the real story lies not in numbers, but in transformation. Inside the camps, more than 40,000 POWs took courses, 30,000 studied English, 15,000 trained in trades, and 8,000 enrolled in university correspondence programs. 135 camp newspapers flourished. By 1945, less than 10% of prisoners clung to Nazi ideology. The majority reported that captivity had opened their minds to democracy and, in many cases, to friendship with Americans. After the war, some 5,000 immigrated permanently to the United States, and over 12,000 maintained decades-long correspondence with American families, on average for 31 years. Many returned as tourists or business partners, carrying memories of the generosity and abundance they had witnessed. The men who had once believed in German superiority left America convinced of something very different. They had seen a nation where prosperity came not from conquest, but from freedom, not from control, but from cooperation, not from ideology, but from human dignity. The ships that carried them home in 1946 no longer bore warriors of the Third Reich. They carried witnesses to democracy, men who had seen a society strong enough to defeat them, yet generous enough to teach them. Out of that revelation grew the roots of West Germany's economic miracle, the Marshall Plan, and an enduring alliance across the Atlantic. In the end, America's greatest weapon was not military might, but example. The POWs had come as enemies and left as friends.